Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is your man Alam, and today we are going to learn how to use a calculator to solve some mathematical problems. This is an easy mathematical trick that is going to help us in our examination hall and in our study of mathematics. Today we shall be looking at how we can graph a particular function by using the calculator to find its values, which includes trigonometric functions, quadratic functions, and that of general linear equations functions. How we are going to use those functions or equations in the mode to solve mathematical problem. And so without much ado, let's take our first example and see how the calculator is going to help us do that. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like and share to bless a friend. Okay. And so the first question is saying that copy and complete the following table of values for y equal to 2x squared minus 9x minus 1. So we are to complete this table by filling in those missing numbers. And so we cannot be wasting time by substituting each values inside and working for it. And so the calculator is there to help us to quickly get these values and graph our function. And so let's grab our calculator. So when you get a calculator, key inside the whole equation in the function. Now we use the function mode, which is pressing mode, then table 7. That is f of x is equal to 2x squared. 2x squared minus 9x minus 1. Now you hit the equal sign. It is asking for g. If there's another function, you key inside that one too. But here we are dealing with only one function, so we just press the equal sign again. And it's starting from minus 1. The range is from minus 1 to 6. So I type in negative 1 and it's ending at 6. The range given to you here, that's what we are talking about here. Then you press the equal sign. Now the interval is 1. So from here to here is 1. The interval is 1, 1. So you just key inside 1, press the equal sign. And so these are the values. So it means that my first value is 10. The next one is negative 1, negative 8, negative 11, negative 10, negative 15, 4, 17, and that is all. Now you fill it with the table, and those are the values that are filled there. Now you graph your function just by using the x quadrant and then that of the y. We have been given a scale and we are going to use that scale to draw it. It says that on the y-axis we are using 2 centimeters to 5 units, and on the x-axis we are using 2 centimeters to 1 unit, and that is what we have labeled here. Now the first one is negative 1, 10. So you have your negative 1 over here, and this is 10. Then 0, negative 1. So 0, negative 1 is over here. Then 1, negative 8. 1, negative 8. Then 2, negative 11. 3, negative 10. 4, negative 5. Then 5, positive 4. And then 6, positive 17. And this is your graph, and you take your marks and you are gone. Alright, the next example, example 2. So to construct a table for the function f of x equal to cos x minus 3 sine x for values of x from 0 degree to 180 degree at an interval of 20 degree. We are going to correct these values to 1 decimal place. And now you graph your function by using a scale of 2 centimeters 20 units on the x-axis and 2 centimeters 1 unit on the y-axis. And so let's get the calculator and fill it inside. So but first you need to get your table ready. So I can have x, and the x value ranges from 0 degree to 180 degree, and then you have your cost x, which is this part. You have your 3 sine x, which is this part. And now after that, we now find the whole y, and y, which is for x, is equal to cos x minus sine x. So it means I'm going to pick this value here minus this value here to get the y value. Or you can key the whole thing inside the calculator and you are good to go. And so let's pick the calculator and solve the question. So I type in the whole function. The function is cost, so you clear this one and you type in cost x minus 3 sine x. Press the equal sign. It's starting from 0 degree to 180 degree. 180. And the interval, let's say what the interval is 20. The interval is the same as the step over here, so 20. Now you press your equal sign on the calculator, and here are your results. So the first quadrant is 1, negative 0.1. So everything on the y values are what is here. But in your exam seek, you may have to find cos x, then 3 sine x before you get these values. And so we are going to clean off the other part of the function. We clean off the last part of the function, leaving cos x starting from 0, 180, 20, and these are the values of cos x. 1, 0.9 convert to 1 decimal place, which is 1, and that is the values here. So we have that. And now you also find 3 sine x by keying inside the calculator. So you get your function ready. Let's clean this one, and you get 3 sine x with the same interval. So these are the values. We have 0, 1.2, 1.026, 1.928, and you are good to go. So these are the values that you fill inside. Now the y is cos x minus 3 sine x. So we're taking 1 minus 0, 0.93 minus 1.02, and you get the values here. Or better still, the first function we key inside, you key the whole function inside the calculator. So we come back and you type costs x minus 3 sine x, and then you get your solution. So these values here are the y values. So if you key the whole function inside the calculator, it's going to give you y value straight away. So when you take 1 minus 0 is 1, as you can see over here, and then 0.93 minus 1.02, you're going to get negative 0.086, which is here. And so it makes easy. You don't have to break it down here unless the question has been broken down this way and asked to complete it. Apart from that, you only need x and y. So therefore, just get your x values and keep the whole function inside to get the y values, and you use to plot your graph. And this is how your final points for y is going to be. Now use these points to graph your function. So this is the x values and these are the y values, and that's what you're going to plot on the graph. Okay, so this is the whole table, and this is how your graph is going to look like. We have 0, 1, 0, 1. Then we have 20 degree, which is on this side, and then negative 0.1. Remember, we are converting to 1 decimal place. Okay, then the next one is 40 degree, and then negative 1.2. Negative 1.2. You can see that over there. Negative 1.2. Then 60, negative 2.1. 60, negative 2.1. And that is the graph we have seen over there. Now, it has made it easy for us all. Let's take the next example. Example 3. Solve the simultaneous equation. And this one too, you just use the simultaneous equation mode. You go to your calculator, press the mode, and then equation, which is 5, and then simultaneous equation 1. The 1 is for 2 variables, and then you key inside. Make sure your calculator is in the form of a or x, y, and equal to z. So the first value is for x, the next value is for y, and it's equal to c. Alright, so if your question is not arranged that way, you have to rearrange your question to be equal to something, to be equal to c. So it means it's x plus y equal to c before you can key it inside the calculator. And so I have 3, negative 27, then 76, 72, then press the equal sign. It comes down to the next equation, so you key in the next equation 2, negative 40, then 15, and press the equal sign. So you have 75 over 2, and then 3 on 2. It's negative 75 on 2, and b is 3 on 2. The next example is that. So we key inside the function again. We have 5 over 6. So 5 over 6 equal sign, negative 3 over 4 equal sign. So remember, this will be equal to something, so it means you are picking this negative 2 across the equal sign. If you pick the negative 2 across the equal sign, it's going to be positive 2. So I put in positive 2. Then it goes to the next quadrant, which is 1 over 2 minus 2 over 3. If is equal to, so this one is also negative 5 on 2. If you pick it across the equal sign, it becomes positive 5 on 2. So I key inside positive 5 on 2. Then hit the equal sign again. And then your solution is negative 3 and then positive 6 as seen over here. So therefore, the solutions, the truth set is xy such that x is equal to negative 3 and y is equal to negative 6 as required. The next example, solve the simultaneous equation. So this one is an equation involving 3 variables. So if it's 3 variables, we have to change our equation, press mode 5, and then this 2 is the one involving 3 variables. So you see that they have given me 3 quadrants. Now I type in the function. So the first value is 2, that's the coefficient of x, positive 4, the coefficient of y, and negative 6, the coefficient of z, which is equal to 12. It sends me to my next equation, which is 7 minus 3, then the coefficient of z is 1, which is equal to 14. It turns to the next one, which is 32 minus 23 plus 12, which is equal to 10. Hit the equal sign again, and the answer is 241 on 39, and then 490 on 39 as required. So these are your final answers. Next question, we are trying to find the truth set of the equation. So this is a quadratic equation, and so we type it inside the calculator as well. So I get the calculator. So we are using the mode 5, which is my equations, then 3, which is quadratic equation. Then you type in the whole function. So 3, the coefficient of x squared, negative 8, the coefficient of x, and then 5, the constant. Press the equal sign. So my x is 5 on 3, and then 1. Since it's quadratic equation, you should have 2 roots, so 2 answers for x. Alright, and the minimum value is also 4 on 3, in case they have to find the minimum value of the x and that of the minimum value of the y. So when they have to find the minimum turning point, then we have those 2 values, the minimum turning point. So we have 4 on 3 and then negative 1 on 3, the minimum value. That's it. They ask to graph this function. When you graph it, it becomes a minimum curve, and then you get a minimum value for it. So this one is in the cubic equation. So you press mode 5, then 4, which is the cubic function. Now the coefficient of x cube is 1, and then x squared is 3, x is 3, and the constant is 1. Here we are expecting to get 3 answers. So we have only one answer, which is negative 1. It means that we have 3 equal roots, which is negative 1. So x value is negative 1 for all the whole function. Alright, so your answer here is negative 1. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your support in my channel. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more of such videos to come. Hit the notification button so that you will not be left out when I release any other video.